Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Kokodash, and the Barakatham to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim Wa'akwa, and I say Shalom. And this is a prophecy update as of January 17th, 2026 on Saturday. And this is a news article, as we've been seeing the latest protests and seditions and the presidential elections been taking place over there in Uganda. And this is a news article from the WashingtonPost.com. It says Uganda presidential candidate abducted by military opposition party says. It says Bobby Wine, the popular star turned political king, who is contested of a President Yoweri Museveni rule, was forced into a helicopter and flown into an unknown location as voters are stalled or voters are tailed, his party said. And this is the book of Luke. Let's lock in. It's the book of Luke 21, verse 25. It's the book of Luke 21, verse 25. It says, there shall be signs in the sun, in the moon, and the stars. Upon the earth, progressive nations will perplex you as one. Why? So we're seeing, the protests, seditions, uprisings, especially with the president elections. And then you have opposing side. Don't agree with the current president that's about to be a president, or the one that's currently, or the ones that's opposing side that's trying to run for president. And then you've been having uprisings and protests and tensions with these recent president elections. They're seeing protests of citizens clash against one another, clash against their leaders of power, just like we're seeing over there in Minnesota. And then we've been seeing protests, and uprisings been taking place over there in Iran. So that's only going to continue to increase. And this is the book of 2nd Ezra. It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 3. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars people world. Right, so we're going to see an increasing earthquakes and the uproars people world. And that's what we're seeing. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 15. For the sword that destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another with swords and hands. Right, with these protests and these presidential elections, been seeing clashes against the nations around the world, seditions among the nations, rising against their leaders of power, taking it to a whole nother level. And this was a prime example right here. It says, as the Uganda president candidate abducted by military opposition party has said. So, and we've been seeing these citizens, these rebel groups and leaders been taking us these seditions and uprisings against their leaders of power. They've been taking it to a whole nother level. And we're seeing signs of that throughout the generations of years, and recently as well too. This is 2nd Ezra 15 verse 15. It says, for the sword of destruction draweth nigh. One people should stand up and fight each other with swords and hands. Right, so one people should stand up and fight each other with swords and hands. As we're getting closer and closer to this great insurrection uprising, as it says in 2nd Ezra 16 chapter. Yes, 2nd Ezra 16 to verse 7. 2nd Ezra 15 verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men. Right, so we're seeing sedition among men is going to come to full effect as well too. For there shall be sedition among men invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor their princes, and of course action and power. Right, so they should not regard their kings nor their princes, and of course action and power. That's what we see. 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 7. And this is a prime example. They should not regard their kings or their princes. As it says again, Uganda presidential candidate abducted by military opposition. Once again, 2nd Ezra 16 verse 7. For there shall be in every place in the next cities, and a great insurrection upon those of Yahweh. Right, so we're getting closer and closer to a great insurrection, to the uprising. Check out some more news articles. It says CBS News published 15 hours ago from Denmark/Greenland. The U.S. lawmakers seeking to reassure Denmark amending the White House push for Greenland. It says death toll climbs as Iran has crackdown on protests continues from ABC News. I believe they say they on a blackout, internet blackout once again for the 10th or 11th day. Last time I checked. It says Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces withdraw from Aleppo as province after clashes with Syria.
Yeah, I'll be in that video.
Everything but territory. Europeans' response to Trump's Greenland blitz. This is St. Mark chapter 3. Right, because what was that, a couple of days ago? You had a military presence from, I would say, Denmark and Danish sent some troops over there, right along with the European Union, France. And I believe France has warned the United States of potentially buying Greenland. So you got military troops on standby over there. And this is Matthew's, and I'm closing out. This is the book of Matthews 24:6. And you should hear of wars and rumors of wars, right? So on a daily basis, we're going to see wars and rumors of wars. You should hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not trouble for all these things, but first come to pass, but it's not yet. Matthews 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Right, we see it on a daily basis, which goes to ethnos. And there should be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. So with that, hopefully this prophecy update was edifying. A very quick prophecy update as of January 17, 2026 on this Saturday. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Makar Barak Thumb, to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim Ma'akwaf. Till next time, I would say Shalom.